What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing today? I hope you're having a blessed, wonderful day. Many blessings to you all, and just doing another video. Every time I get inspired, I like to put a video out, give you guys more information, and to really show you guys that this is real. And so my topic today is, I'm no doctor. That's a given. What do I know about health? Well, I'm pretty good at making common sense, right? And if you look at the life expectancy chart, which shows you how long someone's expected to live, depending on what country they live in. And if you look at that chart, we're almost dead last. I think last time I checked, we're number 43. We may be worse. So obviously we're doing something wrong. I mean, if we're not living longer than anyone else, we're doing something wrong. I think Cuba, a communist country, where they ration their foods and groceries, they live longer than we do. So that, common sense again, startled my mind. I'm like, okay, I thought we had the best healthcare industry, but it turns out that we're more reactive than proactive. You see, the Japanese are number one, and what I mean by that is that they focus on preventing health issues, as opposed to us. We treat health issues as they arise, and they use natural remedies, more holistic approach, as opposed to medicine and prescription drugs that we use here that will help with one thing, but as we know, they have side effects and affect something else. There's a little something personal about in my life. I lost my grandfather. He had a stroke in his sleep, but it wasn't because of the issue, the health issue that he had. He was on dialysis, but it was because of the prescription drugs that they gave him. One of the side effects was stroke. So I actually lost him because of the pills and drugs that they were giving him, not because of the actual issue he had. So that's something that always stuck out to me, especially since it was something personal that occurred in my life back in 2008 now. And so I look at that chart and I'm like, yo, we're doing something wrong. We got to do some, there's something that we got to do. There has to be a revolution on this. There has to be a movement. There has to be a reform of our healthcare industry. And so I started doing my research and really started to become independent on what I do to treat my body. So I learned about healthy foods, things to eat, my diet. But one thing that it's hard to find information on is water. And there's reasons for that, hidden agendas that I won't get into, but water is the most important source for our body. If we're made up of 75% water, you've heard me harp on this, 75% of what we're made of is water. Don't you think that we should be treating 75% rather than the other 30, which is meals, supplements, vitamins, all that, proteins? We should be making sure that we're getting hydrated properly, being 75% of what we are. So seeing that made perfect sense. That's why I take one of these everywhere I go. I try to drink this every single day, once a day, and as fresh as possible, because I have my machine here, which means I can fill this gallon up fresh every single day. My water is never a day old. And so as I continue to do my research, I realized there's three main things that causes health problems. Any health problem that you can think of, there's three root causes. Okay? Oxidation, oxidative stress, acidosis, which means that you're over acidic, and dehydration, which means you're not drinking enough water. Eventually the body starts to break down, things start to evolve in your body and become worse than what they were in the beginning. It's kind of like your car. You hear that clinking noise, and maybe start out small, you let it pass by, time passes, noise gets louder and louder, something breaks, and now you're paying $1,000 or more when you could have paid a couple $100 or a few $100s to address the little noise at the beginning. And so that's what this does, helps prevent issues from ever occurring. Okay, and the reason this water is able to do that as opposed to any other waters, because one, it gets filtered. That's a given. You have to filter your water. It gets purified. but then it goes through 200 volts of electricity, or 200 watts of electricity, because it's plugged into the outlet on my wall. And so the water gets zapped, and what that does is it mimics what lightning does in nature. I mean, that's the closest thing you're gonna get to what nature has. And I hope it makes sense. Comment below if you like any more information. Please let me know, ask questions, or do the research yourself, and you will see that what I'm telling you is the truth. Now again, we ain't trying to sell you nothing. All we're trying to do is this: make water great again. We're trying to make water great again. What that means is that we're trying to get back to the drinking water that we used to have before bottled water, before reverse osmosis, before these water softeners, all that crap. Electrolysis is the way to go, because it mimics exactly what nature does. Take care, guys.